Hi, yes, I'm Kate Ancketill. I'm the CEO and founder of GDR, which is a business futurist, working mostly within the kind of retail sector, but also any experiences, brands, innovation that is consumer facing. I think it's interesting because different companies take a different perspective on this. Some companies would say you've got to have real human beings that you can escalate to at the first sign of any distress or emotional kind of problems or anger or just difficulty or complexity. So say, for example, you're a utilities company and you've got problems paying your water bill, and that's, life or death. You want to have immediate access to an empathetic human being for that. You don't want a chatbot. However, some other clients feel that a well-trained, modern artificial intelligence bot, which has, psychotherapeutic training and empathetic, capabilities beyond those of the average call worker or even the average store associate, or even, to be honest, just the average person, could be a better option as long as it's good enough, as long as it's emotionally empathetic, as long as it's understanding nuance of the person's voice and understanding the question that they're asking and have access to the data to provide good answers. So I think there's a spectrum of some people want real humans immediately in the loop, others just want human high quality training of the AI, and they actually think that that will ultimately be better at delivering the service or the answer that is sought. So I think we have to wait and see, because different things will be right for different corporations. Well, I wonder if some companies think that you can just set it up and just let it run, and it does things automatically, because obviously that is what ultimately artificial intelligence is supposed to continuously learn and adapt itself without human oversight. But I think that in truth, you can't just set it up and let it run. It's got to have constant oversight, monitoring, kind of checking that the data is still up to date and that you need new data for every new season or every new kind of set of products that you're selling. And also it does need that kind of monitoring for things like bias. So I think perhaps some people feel that it's expensive, let's just set it up once and set it off. And obviously you can't do that. You've got to be constantly involved with tinkering, monitoring, improving, and inputting new data. I do actually think that when people start to realize how good the personal AI assistants are going to be, how useful they will be to actually get stuff done for you in the real world. Because I personally think that modern life is too complicated for anyone to manage on their own. I think we all need a PA. Human one would be very nice, but an AI one will do if you can't manage to get a human one, or preferably an AI-powered human one would be the absolute ideal. But I think once you realize that the uncanny valley is so close to being overcome, i.e. there are now chatbots that you can talk to that literally you can't tell that they're not a real person. They are so funny, so charming, so empathetic. Once you put that capability together with advanced agentic, do real stuff for you in the real world, and if you can trust it, because maybe it's come from some trusted source like Apple in the future or something, then I do think that that's going to be irresistible to most people who are super busy and just can't cope with the complexity of the world, which I think is almost everyone. If I was going to give one piece of advice to corporations, employers, in the AI era, it would be to try to encourage their team members to be positive, optimistic, excited about the opportunities. You know, it's a bit scary, this transition. It's not easy for everybody. And so we need to show everyone the upside. We need to show them that jobs are going to get less dull, less boring. The mundane stuff is going to go to the bots. And that's good for people. For the people who are working, their jobs should be more interesting. They should be more creative, and they should be more interactive with other people. So that's all a positive. And I think employers need to both convey that and then train people and help them to get on board with AI as quickly as possible.